We've all seen these on magazine covers and newspaper, the grocery store line covers. The key to success, the key to financial freedom. How many books have that title? The key to manifesting what you want. The key to unlocking your secret powers. The key to getting everything you desire. So, good morning, come on in and grab a rock.
A rock?
Yes. So I actually Googled a list of books that start with the key to, and it was astounding. It was crazy. And so as much as it might be challenging at times to admit or to accept, the fact is we are the key. We have the key, and we are the key. We are the key to our happiness, our success, our desire for love, our whole life. It's us. There's a great book called Learn to Live by Irvin Seal. It was written in 1955, and the wisdom in this book is amazing to me. And in this book, there's a story where a dad asks a young girl, she got an A on her test, and he says, well, how did it, she was elected president of her class, and he said, how did that happen? And she replied, it didn't happen. I happened it. We are totally capable of happening our lives because we have the key. However, we're also equally skilled at hiding the key, losing the key, lending the key to somebody else, and generally being somewhat irresponsible with our key. Rachel Remen, who wrote the beautiful sacred reading today, also wrote this: everyone and everything is caught up in the process of manifesting its soul. This struggle of the personality to become transparent to the soul is a struggle to become free from illusion, to grow in wisdom. This is not usually a graceful or a deliberate process. We stumble forward, often in the dark, using everything to become more of who we are. It is an effort worthy of our patience, our support, our compassion, and our attention. And I'll tell you, there are plenty of times in my life where I'm feeling too tired or too sick or just plain too lazy to stumble around and put forth the effort. So I choose to hide my key. And then I remembered this week what the master teacher Jesus said. And he said, pick up your bed and walk. Are you guys familiar with that quote? It's one of his all-time classics. And he didn't comfort the gentleman that he healed. He didn't sit with him and say, how's it going? How you feeling? How's it coming along? The guy asked to be healed. Jesus healed him and then told him in no uncertain terms to get up and get moving. And sometimes we need that. Carlos Castaneda, this quote came across, God bless Facebook. I have to say, some really great things happen on Facebook. This quote came across my screen. Carlos Castaneda said, we either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. I'm like, great, thanks. No more excuses. So sometimes the key that we have to find is to move forward, to have a mission, to have a reason to move forward. So this week's inspirational movie is Wrist Cutters, a love story. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's brilliant, it's quirky, but it's really, it's a great story. Just get through the first 10 minutes and trust me. So in this story, this gentleman in the middle, his name is Zia, and he's our hero. And he loses hope in life and love, and he kills himself. And then he begins his new life in this really bland and kind of desolate place where it's super hot and nobody smiles. And it's where all these people who have chosen to end their life live. And they work and they have their beings. And it's not really any fun. So then he gets this news that his ex-girlfriend who dumped him in Living World has arrived in this place. And up until this point, he's been pretty unmotivated, drinking too much, kind of just hanging out and doing nothing. But suddenly he hears that Desiree is there. So he's got this new mission. And he comes to life. He grabs his best friend, this would be Eugene, and they take off to go find her. And he goes from having no purpose and no reason to change or move or do anything with his life to suddenly having the most important reason. And then they encounter McCall, this young lady on the side here. That would be McCall. And things start to get really interesting. By the time they reach an area called Neller's Camp, everyone begins to find their purpose. They all start to find their reason for being, and they become motivated to pick up their beds and walk. And I'm not going to give away anymore because I want you to watch it. It is available on Netflix, I believe. So another key, I'm sorry. But one of my favorite points in the movie is they get lost, and someone actually says, getting lost is a good sign. And that's true, because another key to changing and moving forward in our lives is to understand that sometimes we're going to get lost. And it's all right, because I've discovered some amazing things when I've been lost, both internally and externally. I've learned things, I've seen things, and I've expanded my experience just by getting lost. So are you with me on that? Yes? All right, good. That's nice. Some people don't handle getting lost very well. They don't like what's happening and they resist. They get angry that their key is missing. They want someone else's key because that key looks better than my key was, so I'm going to take their key. Or they sit in the corner and they cry because they think, well, my key's gone and now my life is over. I have no key. Pema Chodron, a wise, wise, wise woman, wrote, "The propensity to feel sorry for ourselves, the propensity to be jealous, the propensity to get angry, our habitual, all too familiar emotional responses are like seeds that we just keep watering and nurturing. But every time we pause and stay present with the underlying energy, we stop reinforcing these propensities and begin to open ourselves to refreshingly new possibilities." Awesome. To me, that got right to the heart of it. Is recognize what we're doing, go, oh, stop doing that, and then we can move on. For me, when I'm lost in those moments, when I get lost, both internally and externally, I usually start a chat with inner wisdom, the inner wisdom I call God, and I say, okay, what's up, God? What is it you want me to know? Show me what you want me to get, teach me. And of course, I try not to do that out loud, because Lily Tomlin said it beautifully when she said, why is it that when we talk to God, they call it praying, but when God talks to us, they call it schizophrenia? I've learned in psych evals, do you hear voices? No. Does God talk to you? Absolutely not. There's a great African saying to keep in mind here. Those who love you are not fooled by mistakes you have made or dark images you hold about yourself. They remember your beauty when you feel ugly, your wholeness when you are broken, your innocence when you feel guilty, and your purpose when you are confused. And that's not just friends and loved ones. That's us. That's us looking in the mirror and remembering who we truly are. And not looking in the mirror and seeing an image of what we think is going on. So are you familiar with the joke about how many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? Good morning. Help yourself to a stone. Anybody? How many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? One, but the light bulb really has to want to change. It's like we make this agreement. We acknowledge that we have the key, and we agree that we're going to use it. So whether it's God or Allah or Buddha or trees or nature or that music stand, whatever it is that feeds our soul, we make an agreement with that thing, that essence, to say, okay, I'm here, I'm the only me that's going to be here, so let me be here, and let me truly embrace what's going on. So that's the key, is that we have to want to participate and want to change and want to make that agreement. Again, from Learn to Live, Irvin Seal writes, a person cannot change unless they change their ideas. whatever one's consciousness is, it is always being magnified and extended within and without. I'm going to do that one more time because that one took me a couple times. A person cannot change unless they change their ideas. Whatever one's consciousness is, it is always being magnified and extended within and without. So it's on us. We have the key. Somewhere within us, or maybe hidden in that junk drawer in our house, the key is there, and it's ours to use. This whole talk came from something that I came across and I was reading, and I went, oh, God, this is a talk. There's a Sufi tale about a prisoner who wants the key to his cell. And his friend comes to visit, and he says, did you bring me the key? His friend said, no, I brought you a prayer rug. So he was disappointed, but he did his duty, and dutifully, every day, knelt for prayers 5 times a day. And one day, after doing this day after day after day, he realized that he'd had the key all along. It was woven into the pattern of the rug, the diagram of the lock on his cell. So it's in front of us. It's something we need to agree to. Life is what I like to call a participatory event. I mean, you can choose to sit out and watch, and sometimes it's okay to take that moment and say, I'd just like to observe for a minute. However, since, again, you are the only you in this existence that we know of, and so you and your key are essential. Life is waiting for you. And so the question is, what is your agreement with life? And how will you use your key? And so we're going to sing something together that sort of brings this in. But first, I'd just like everybody to take a deep breath. Awesome. So this is sort of a repetitive chant, so if you don't hit it immediately, be patient, it's coming. And what we'll do is, we'll do the first verse twice so that we can get a feel for it, because I want it to be something that's meaningful. So we'll go through the first verse twice. Spirit. So we're going to go into prayer. So just taking this moment to breathe deep. Still holding the vibration of the song, What's Your Agreement with Spirit? Taking that moment to just let everything else fall away and breathe the breath of life together. Knowing that the only activity, the only energy, the only thing that's ever really going on is this creative, regenerative force that I call God. I call it spirit, I call it life, I call it nature. And in its infinite wisdom and its desire to be, it creates through us, as us, in each and every moment. It creates the magnificent snow. It creates the amazing vehicles that we have to traverse the snow. It creates our breath and our heartbeat. It creates the technology that we use. It creates the socks that keep our feet warm. It's everything that's taking place. Every motion, every movement, every moment is another moment of creation that is taking place over and over again. And as so it is with the world and the universe and all the stuff outside of us, it is absolutely true of what's inside of us. As we co-create with this energy, as we work together with it, the thoughts that come through our minds, those that we keep and those that we release, the love that we express, the love that we withhold, every experience, every emotion, every response, every moment of our lives is this co-creation process. And so what is our agreement with Spirit? What is our deal that we have made? I affirm, I declare and claim right now that it is to be present, to be loving, to be a presence of love in this world and in this state and in this city and in this room. I affirm and declare for each of us that whatever it is that is blocking that path of flow, blocking that energy, blocking whatever it is, whether it's physical disease or whether it's financial constraint or whether it's communication breakdowns or whether it is, God bless it, Mercury retrograde, I embrace it right now. I embrace it as the exact experience I need to be having. I embrace it as the experience we each are moving through. We're moving through it. For what is also true of this energetic force and what is also true of us is that no moment is stagnant. A new moment is constantly taking its place, a new now and now and now and now. And so we can never truly be stuck. That's an illusion. We can only be stuck in this now, and now this new now is a new experience, and we can be unstuck. And so I claim for each person here, including myself and everyone in consciousness connected with us, I claim freedom. I claim bliss. I claim love. Whatever it is that might be infused into that stone today that might be harmful or hurtful, I bless it. And I welcome it into the stone and into the water, and I say, yes, it's done, it's gone. New now, a new moment. And whatever joy is being infused into that stone, I say, yes, bring more of that, yes. Allow it. Embrace it. Because what I know to be true is that God, Spirit, nature, universe, it never sleeps. It never ignores. It never turns its head the other way. It only embraces what's happening now and now and now, and it's saying yes, yes, yes. It's saying yes to whatever we give it. So let's give it the good stuff. Let's give it the smiles and the joy and the bliss and the life and the love. Let's give it the yes, I dive in. Yes, I want more of. Yes, I am happening in my life. Let's give it the excitement of, yes, I have my key and I'm using it. We can bring this forth and we can do this because we are not alone doing it. We have each other, and we have this great energetic force that is saying, yes, I'll work with you, absolutely. I will do this with you. Because I want this for you, this good, this blessed life, this healthy, happy, financially abundant, gloriously fulfilled life. This is what I want for you, yes. And so I am filled with gratitude for each and every experience, no matter what I label it. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to know that I found my key. I'm thrilled and grateful for the opportunity to help others find their key. I'm grateful and joy-filled for every experience that comes my way, for it expands me and extends my experience within and without. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And it is with this gratitude that I simply let this prayer be. I've planted this seed. This is the kind of seed I want to plant. This is the kind of seed I want to water and nurture. This is the seed that's going to grow into most magnificent, magnificent results. And I bless it. And I call it good. And I say thank you. Thank you to spirit and wisdom within. Thank you. Thank you, life. And so it is, and so we are. Amen and Ashe. Amen and Ashe. Sometimes I just want to stay in that.